The Boise State, Venture College, and Trailhead present highlights from the Survive to Thrive series.
For me, having somebody that's adaptable and, doesn't look at me like I'm crazy when I'm like, hey, I need you to go downstairs and, box this person out of the parking space that they're in, as well as come back upstairs and start doing some recruiting and then, whatever other task might come up. I think that's just the nature of the startup. The other two big ones for me that I think Dawn alluded to as well, dependability. I think most founders in the startup realm, or I'd hope, I don't have time to micromanage. I don't have time to make sure if I tell you to do something, you do it. I don't have time to ask again and again and again. If I ask you to do something once, I'm really hoping and really just relying that you're going to do it. And so dependability is huge for me.
My favorite people to hire were the people who just showed effort right from the get-go. People who sent like infographics as part of their job interview. People who send YouTube videos. People who wrote me. I had one person who wrote a letter to my dog of why they should be hired. Just that kind of like out of the box effort is awesome because they go out of their way than just sending a resume. And that shows that they're going to put an effort forth when they're there. So the level of effort, super important, coachability. Because we're working so hard as founders and CEOs and operators and executives, we don't have time to mince words and, kind of like, make sure we say the nicest thing all the time. I'm an Israeli New Yorker, so that's even harder for me to say nice things all the time. So I need somebody who can be coachable and not take offense to everything I say. I'm very big on signaling, both from a leadership perspective and an employee perspective. And we signal all the time. There's that famous saying that half of life is showing up, and what that really means is you just got to be there and you got to be present. You got to be you're always signaling. Whatever you think of our current president, he's always wearing a mask and he's signaling that's important. The pandemic's still going on, regardless of what your position the mask is. So many times leaders just don't think about the simple things that they do or don't do.
I think another big thing and part of this that, many of us, I think already know is just don't be afraid to get creative with your benefits. I can fully understand. I was a bootstrap startup, emptied my 401k to start my business. So I know what it's like to not have the cash, right? And I think, I was able to attract people because I was willing to be super flexible with them on their hours. I was willing to give them, unlimited paid time off. I would set goals for myself and I would be super transparent with them around, hey, by quarter 2 of 2018, we're going to have medical benefits and you guys help hold me accountable. And then we did. Things like that, I think really go a long way in helping to attract candidates and also just to keep them on board so that they know, okay, yeah, they're sticking their neck out too. I think that we've seen that really any role can be remote. You know what I mean? That doesn't mean that you want it to be, but it can be. I think it's going to be company contingent, what's important to you and what, I think it all even ties into like, what's the culture that you're looking to build for your team and how do you want to build it? Because that also plays a huge part in this remote discussion. If you like the idea of having a remote team and you get together once every quarter or whatever it may be, and you build that rapport that way, or you do Zoom happy hours and you have a team that's dispersed across the country, then, why not have your entire team be dispersed?
Thanks for listening. While you're waiting for the next episode, feel free to contact us or follow us on social media.